This lie has been running for over a year, and the fact that anyone still believes it should be studied by neuroscientists as proof that propaganda can rot a brain faster than meth. So let me say this slowly, because clearly it's needed. Undocumented people cannot vote. Not usually. Not unless Democrats cheat. Not in blue states. They cannot vote. Green card holders cannot vote. Non-citizens cannot vote. This isn't a policy debate. This isn't an opinion. This is how the law works. And yet for a full year, people like Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Elon Musk have been floating this absolute sewage-brained fantasy that Democrats are importing voters to steal elections. And the only way you can believe that is if you don't understand citizenship, don't understand elections, don't understand math, and don't understand motive. That's not ideology. That's incompetence. Let's kill this lie with basic logic. Something MAGA pretends to love until it's inconvenient. If Democrats were importing people to vote, why the fuck would they dump them into already deep blue states? Why California? Why New York? Why Illinois? Those states already vote blue by millions. Adding imaginary voters there does nothing. If this were a real conspiracy, if this were even remotely strategic, they'd be sent to swing states, red states with thin margins, low population states where votes actually matter. You don't reinforce a wall that's already concrete. You target the cracks. But reality did the opposite. Migrants were housed where infrastructure exists, where jobs exist, where shelter exists, and where states volunteered to take them. Which tells you something important. This was never about votes. So what was it about? Fear, scapegoating, and manufacturing an excuse to hurt people who can't fight back. Because here's the part MAGA never wants to say out loud. You didn't need this lie to be true. You just needed it to sound true enough to justify cruelty. You needed a story where desperate people become villains. Poverty becomes a threat. Brown families become invaders. And your rage gets permission. So you swallowed a lie so stupid it collapses under a 10-second thought experiment. And then you used it to cheer on. Families being torn apart. People with no criminal records being hunted. Asylum seekers being treated like enemy combatants. Human beings being used as political props. All over something that never happened. No stolen elections. No migrant voting army. No proof. No math. No logic. Just vibes, podcasts, and outrage monetization. And here's the most damning part. The same people screaming they're stealing elections are the ones who purge voter rolls, close polling locations, attack mail-in voting, openly say too many people vote. So when they accuse others of election interference, what they're really doing is confessing. This wasn't ignorance. This wasn't confusion. This was willful belief in a lie because the lie gave you permission to stop seeing undocumented people as human. And now that the damage is done, now that families are traumatized, communities are terrorized, and people are suffering, suddenly no one wants to talk about facts. Because facts expose something ugly. You weren't defending democracy. You were defending a fantasy that let you feel powerful while punching down. And the truth? This lie didn't just fail logic. It failed morality. It failed humanity. It failed decency. And history is not kind to people who chose cruelty when thinking for 5 seconds would have stopped them.